Hey everybody, welcome to another episode on the AI Guide where we focus on the human impact of AI because all this is going to disrupt people's careers. And we've got a great story on point that's a direct follow-up to the very last episode. So this episode is courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. The battle over self-driving cars is raging in San Francisco. You'll see why in a second. This city's inhabitants embraced computers, the internet, and cell phones before the rest of the world caught on. They are not so sure about self-driving cars, is what the first part of the article says. You'll hear another opinion on that later. Suddenly, orange and white driverless Cruise and Waymo cars seem to be everywhere. San Francisco's reaction is a preview of the challenges Cruise, majority owned by GM, and Waymo, part of Google Alphabet, will face as they expand to cities across the U.S. Both companies have invested billions in driverless cars. Now the companies want to offer ride-hailing businesses that compete directly with Lyft and Uber. If the companies get their wishes, San Francisco will become ground zero. The California Public Utilities Commission, which regulates passenger transportation, is scheduled to vote this month on expansion of driverless cars. The vote has been delayed twice. We think that autonomous vehicles are amazing, and we believe that someday they will be safer than human drivers, said the director of transport for San Francisco. So far, the industry has not demonstrated that. I will offer an opinion on that shortly. Cruise Chief Executive Kyle Vogt said, company data links the increased presence of driverless cars to reduced accidents in the city. He goes on to say anything new, especially technology that comes across as borderline magic, is going to have a lot of questions and create a lot of attentions. That, by the way, is how revolutionary autonomous vehicles are. Borderline magic is what they seem like. Humans are terrible drivers. Nearly 43,000 fatal crashes in 2022 in the U.S. alone. For now, Cruise is offering paid rides at night in San Francisco, while Waymo does not have permission for paid rides yet, but do have people riding for free. Both have waiting lists to get on the apps. Very long, multi-year waiting lists, I should say. So far, Cruise and Waymo's businesses have produced minimal revenue. For example, GM reported $102 million of sales and $3.3 billion of costs and expenses related to Cruise. However, the company says it believes we will make $50 billion in annual revenue by 2030. Stunning. That is a stunning number. Amazon.com's Zoox has also tested its self-driving technology on the streets of San Francisco, one of my favorite old TV shows, by the way, and is developing a custom boxy vehicle specially designed for taxi services. I talked about that recently. The activists view the cars as a threat to other ways of getting around the city, such as walking, biking, and public transit. Beyond SF, there are hundreds of self-driving cars in Phoenix, with more being deployed for testing in LA, Miami, Dallas, Austin, and Nashville. Cruise applied in March for permission from the California Department of Motor Vehicles to expand statewide. Waymo began offering driverless rides in LA in February, and this week it announced plans to start up in Austin. City officials said the number of incidents involving Cruise and Waymo vehicles has tripled in recent months. Well, yeah, there's a reason for that. Waymo now has 5 times as many self-driving vehicles on the streets as it did a year ago. That's why. In their first 1 million miles driven, Waymo said its self-driving vehicles in fully autonomous mode have not had a single accident with another human-driven car. Not one. A Cruise spokesman said it takes just one ride to convert a skeptic into a believer, and 90% of people ride again. All it takes is 7 to 8 minutes in the car for people to relax and become comfortable. Waymo co-CEO Mawakana pushed back on the idea that residents are opposed to the vehicles, citing the 100,000 plus people who have signed up for Waymo alone. By the way, San Francisco only has a population of 800,000, so that's like 15% of the entire city has already signed up for this. Maya Waldman of San Francisco has ridden more than 5,000 miles in the driverless cars already. She now feels safer in them than the traditional ride-hailing services. Among other things, she's not at the mercy of a random assortment of human drivers. So how do we sum this all up? Nothing is going to stop the deployment of autonomous vehicles. Why? Because the facts will speak. The facts are, and you know we focus on facts here on the AI Guide, the facts are that these vehicles are much safer than human drivers. There's another article that I'll do a video on later. I'm going to skip it for a while, but it talks about the National Transportation Safety Board, National Highway Transportation Safety Board, looking into Tesla autopilot accidents with emergency vehicles. There's 8 over 5 years. 8! Do you know how many public safety people are killed every single year in this company by humans driving? Hundreds versus 8 over 5 years. Factually, these vehicles are already much safer than human drivers. That is why nothing will stop this deployment. And the fact that it's now going to 8 or 10 cities means that adoption is going to ramp up now very quickly. The California Public Utilities Commission is likely to approve this with restrictions. Government agencies like to thread the needle. They want to support the companies while promoting safety. So they're going to pass this with restrictions. So what does all this mean? As I said at the end of last video, the AI Guide was started to prepare 18 to 34-year-olds for a massive wave of automation coming. You don't want to be a driver 5 years from now. If you drive for a living now, take the next 2 years, pick something new to learn, and learn it, and get out of being a driver. And click the link below. The link is a free resource. Everything in the resource is free. You'll learn much more about AI to prepare you for this automated future. And finally, please like, subscribe, and share. We're just about to hit 900 viewers. The milestone after that is 1,000. 1,000 subscribers is rare. Only 10% of YouTube channels have 1,000 or more subscribers. So please help me get over this hump. Thank you so much, especially to my subscribers. Please like, subscribe, and share. Take care. See you next time. Bye.